theory. I'll be doing theory today. Then after this class, you can take out time to learn yourself in practical because if you want to go deep into the practical now, I might not be able to end this class today because backend is more complicated really than front end. So I'll just give us the basics of APIs and JSON in Flutter. Okay, so a quick introduction, just like I wrote here. API, the full meaning of API is Application Programming Interface. If you need this document, I can send it to you after this class. And I would love to send the slide because I made it a bit detailed and beautiful than this. This is just like words written everywhere and it's not really fun. But I'm not really done with the slide. So API means application programming interface, and it allows communication, like I said, with between a client, that is your Flutter application, and a server, that is the backend, right? So if you have questions, you can just hold on. I'll take out time to, you can just write it down, then I would like take out time to answer our questions. So please let me just be reminded, how long is our class supposed to last? Sister Temi Tope.
10:30.
Oh wow, we have time then. Can I stay to 10:30? Okay, let's see. So like I said, RESTful API use standard HTTP, and I believe we know what HTTP is, right? And if you don't know, you can just make research on HTTP, and like I wrote here, dia dua sorry, I don't know the pronunciation now. DIO, yes. RESTful API is RESTful API use standard HTTP method like get, post, push, and delete. So let me just explain this to be more detailed, right? So for RESTful API, which you can also use this thing, Postman, to also learn this. So the response it gets, the response or what it responds to is mostly get what you get, like what the server gets from the user. For example, now you are imputing your email, right? So what is getting, the data is fetching, right? What is posting back, like the reward is like the result is posting back, then the put, what you have taken back to the server because it will be stored in the server, and time for deleting, because there are sometimes you want to delete your account, so the future is also there. So like I said, RESTful API is use RESTful API use standard HTTP method like get, post, put, and delete to interact with the data. In Flutter, we use package like HTTP or, like I said, DIO to make API calls. So JSON, now the full meaning of JSON is JavaScript Object Notation. It's a lightweight data format used for exchanging data between a server and a client. So I don't know how far we have really gone in Flutter, right? But this basically, this class, I'll see how I can finish week 4 this night. But this class basically is talking about how the user, or how the app itself, the design you have made, interacts with the back end, right? So like I read, is a lightweight data format used for exchanging data between a server and a client. Flutter provides tools to sterilize, convert objects to JSON, and desterilize, convert JSON to objects effectively. During the course of development, you understand this phrase I made here. So the topic to be covered would cover RESTful API. So RESTful API follow REST as a representational state transfer principles and communication over HTTP. They typically have endpoints like get, like I said, get user, fetch a list of user, get user ID, fetch a specific user, post user, create a new user, put user ID, then update user, then delete user ID, remove a user. So this is just basically it. Even on Firebase, you get to see this. But to start, I would love you to start using Postman. I also started using Postman, right, because Postman is basic. I can just drop the link for that in the chat, just in case there's another Postman and we are making a mistake. So let me just quickly get the URL. Okay, get this first one. So I'll just get the URL and drop it on the in the comment section right now. It's not Firebender, it's Firebase. Let me drop that also. Are you an Avatar fan? Okay, so let's drop that. Yeah. You just kidding. Oh, I just saw that on TikTok recently. I think it's on TikTok. I'm not a social media person like that. Oh. I'm just mostly on LinkedIn. Okay, so I've dropped it. Okay, so let's just further ahead. So the second thing I wrote here is JSON sterilization and desterilization. When an API returns JSON data, we need to desterilize it into that object. Simply when sending data to an API, we sterilize data object into JSON. So we can do it manually. Manual sterilization using that converter, JSON decoding or encoding manually. So you can do this manually on your VS Code or Android Studio, or sorry, the platform you are using rather. Then using modern classes, defining from JSON to JSON method. So code generation using JSON sterilization for automation and for automatic conversation. So for this thing, for detailed this thing understanding, for those of us that are interested in reading and getting deeper knowledge, I can just give you a this thing, a link to the do I say website now for JSON, so you get to understand JSON better and yeah, APIs. Okay, so the third thing here is authentication with custom backend. You share this slide? Yes, I will share this slide, but I'm not sure I'll be able to drop the slide today due to the fact that I have tasks at work I need to update. I had a long day today. It was okay. Let me just give you a backstory. I don't know, please, if they're editing this stuff, they should cut this part out. I went to market today and I almost died because I saw a lot of people and hmm, gentle reminder, if you want to buy food stuff, order from Jumia. It's stress free. Yeah, okay, so the third thing here is authentication with custom backend. I've not really seen our chat, so I'm not really seeing this, so I don't know, but I can see some emojis. Yeah. Authentications ensure secure API access to APIs to common methods to common method. What did I write? To common method includes okay, token based. Sorry, someone left. Token based authentication. Client receives a token after logging in and send it with every request, e.g., barrier token or JWT. For more understanding, you want like um, research on JWT. Section based authentication. The server maintains sections that are for authenticated user, right? So the server will help you maintain sections that are like storing your data and maintaining it. There are, like I said, there are different kind of server like Firebase, and you can also get a backend developer that will help you with your server and every other thing. So all you just have to do as a Flutter developer is to get the API and integrate it with your Flutter code, and everything will be fine. But you still have to go through this process. So headers for authentication, HTTP gets, just in case I am no more audible, probably my network goes off or something. If someone can just text me on WhatsApp. Okay, sister Timothy, you can just text me on WhatsApp, right? So I'll just know. I have been stuck on Google sign in for days now. I don't understand. Okay. Please, what do you mean by that? I have been stuck on Google
Okay.
sign in for, you
All
want to say
right.
something?
I just yes, I wanted to answer you like your question, like what you just said right now.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I don't want us to like be too far over the class and all that. But what I was trying to say was I've been trying to do the sign in authentication, right? Through
Okay.
Firebase and all that. Yes, so I've done the whole process, downloaded the Google.json file and all of those things. But whenever I try to, after doing the whole stuff on my Android Studio, and I click on my on signing with Google, it doesn't work. Like it's I don't want tab on like they work. Like I've been
Okay.
for like 2 days now. I've been on it and it's not working.
It's fine. We get that
So
sometimes.
anyway,
You know what?
I don't give up
Based
already.
on
I even don't give up. The motivation. I
don't
like
give
to give up.
you be even
Eh,
hire developer where you did talk the developer they take 1 year to build up. Why
Bros,
giving up?
I give up. I don't show. I don't really
No
give up.
problem.
Thank you.
Based on our alumni, no, sorry, my alumni, I would see how we can have a session tomorrow. Then I'll see how we can solve that. Is that fine?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
So
I really appreciate that.
headers for authentication. Okay, no problem. Thank you, and thank you for speaking up. So headers for authentication, HTTP dot get. So this is just like a how do I, what name should I give this now? This is just like a way of writing an authentication this thing, an authentication API, right? So there is this process. I don't want to open Postman now because it will confuse someone, and a lot of us, if I've not seen it before. So there's a process, right? So you have to like you also write code on Postman, right? the there's a format already, right? So it is in this format you write it. Once you have created your token and everything, then you call it on your Flutter um application using your Flutter code, and it will reflect on your application. And if you, for example, um authenticate the login and sign up, you see that it will be functional. Once a person tries to log in on that application you built or sign up on that application, it will reflect back under your Postman, giving you the details of that person, like what the person used to sign in, like the email, password, and every other thing. So that is why it's not every website you should click on or every application you should download. Because once you download it and you sign up, that person that has the backend, that is the person that has the server, that has access to the server, has access to all your details. Trust me on this, all your details. So the next thing, I am going to be giving us a task after this explanation. So there is going to be a task, and the task is to build a Flutter app, app to fetch and display user. And here is like a breakdown of. So I'm going to give you like a theoretical breakdown of it. Then you go and do the practical and get back to me what good blocks you had, if you're able to complete it and every other thing. So I believe this class will be fast and will end soon. Step one, add dependencies in your project. In your pubspec YAML. I believe we are already familiar with pubspec YAML in our Flutter project. If there's anybody that don't know what pubspec YAML is, pubspec YAML, please signify. Okay, I believe there's no one. I believe there's no one there. Okay, so so in your PubSec YAML, you add your HTTP package, and I believe we know how to get packages already, right? There is a simple way of doing it on your VS Code or your Android Studio, or you can just access the website. You can go to I don't know if we have it already, but you can just go to PubDev. If we have access to that, please can we like thumbs up if we know about PubDev already? Okay, so you go to your PubDev, you get your HTTP, and you install it, or sorry, not really install, just integrate it into your Flutter code. The next thing you do is to create your user model. You define a user class for your JSON serialization. So you create a file, not folder now. You know, in your Flutter application, there are folders and there are files. So files are what are inside folders, right? If we remember, I was not the one that taught the class, but I believe someone must have taught the class. So in your file, you create this file like this. So don't screenshot my code though, because I'm giving you an assignment. So you import this thing, you import that converter, then I guess that is what is yes in a sync with the HTTP. Yes, that would say. So you create a class and you create the I'm ex I'm experiencing issue with creating a new Apple account. Oh, okay. Mr. Eric, I will come back to that. Let me just talk about this quickly. So you write your imports, then you create a class. Once you have created your class, you add the necessary string, whether is name and phone number you want to use or name and email you want to use. I use name and email because most people use name and email to store data. Reason that they say that phone number is easier to send this in tokens to email than phone number. I guess it's from the back end. I use for Firebase now, not phone number Firebase now, not if you are creating your own backend yourself. So this is just a simple code of me creating a user, right? Then step three, fetch user from API. Create a function to fetch user from your HTTP. So there is so user from JSON placeholder. So here is a link to the this thing, to the platform or website or site rather, where you can do this. I would definitely share this document because of this part now. I'll share the slide because I also included it in the slide. So then you create this thing, you create another file now, then you import package http dot as HTTP. There are sometimes you install HTTP, but you know how to use as HTTP, and there are some cases you have to use as HTTP, right? It depends on what you are doing. So you create a future list user, then fetch your user. Once you create this future list user, you'll see that it will async with this user class you created, and the other code, and it's also be functional in your back end. That is either your Postman or your Firebase or whatever platform you use. So you write the code. This is my own code now. You create um success the success. If it is responsive now, you create that. Oh, this is what should happen. If it is not, throw error, failed to load user. This was the this thing I use, the string I use. Okay, please those
Yes, I just want to say that I are you displaying like are you displaying your I mean, is it Visual Studio or what you're using? Like, are you writing any line of code? Because we cannot like I can't like I'm only seeing your the documents you are sharing. I don't know. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not displaying, I'm not on my VS Code, right? I wrote the code on my VS Code, but I copied it and pasted it on the document. The reason is because I don't want to toggle VS Code and document because I'm sharing just a particular um screen. I'm not sharing my entire screen. So that is the reason why. And because I'm giving people as assignment and I don't want people to copy what I did, which I know that some people will still go and screenshot it. And it's not good. Try to do it yourself so you get to understand. So the step 4 is you display your user in your Flutter application. So now to do this, you have to go to your main.dat. Main.dat is, or you don't have to create a file for this, right? Is already this thing inbuilt once you create your Flutter application, right? So you go to your main.dat, you include your this thing, include the title as user list, then this is the screen you'll be navigating to, right? Remember to make your void main to run to my app. Then you create another, you don't have to do this now on this screen. You create another screen because it has to navigate to a screen for it to be functional, right? So you create another file rather, then you create a stateful widget. Then you name it, you can name it user screen or you name it whatever you want to name it. I name my user screen, right? Then once you have done that, you create the this guy here now, this future list user, you would call it here. Then you do the necessary init state. You state for the future user and it's for it to fetch the future user, meaning that whoever is signing up, it will fetch it here, right? So it fetches it, right? Then you create the body of the code for it. You create the UI and also you integrate the future builder, the future builder list user in it. For this code, I included cycle progress in indicator. I don't know if we know of cycle progress indicator yet, or if we have come across it. So cycle progress indicator is actually a package on of the, yeah, I think Emmanuel know about it. And titil, so I believe you know about it already. So then you just write your code for your UI and your this thing backend fetching it, right? So this is just like a breakdown of it, right? And um on how to like integrate it using this future user and getting connected to either your Postman or your Firebase, right, or whatever platform you are using. The steps are always the same when it comes to this part when you are writing on your code, but probably the platform you are using might make the writing of the backend different because it's more easier to use Firebase than to use Postman. Postman you have to write the code, but Firebase is already there. All you have to do is to connect it to it and everything will work. So step 5, adding loading indicator like what I did there, right? You can also create a progress a cycle progress indicator to show loading state just for formality's sake. You know, sometimes when you open an application and that thing that is rolling or that is beeping sometimes in some application is just a cycle or it's just a progress indicator that they added there to just show that is loading and your app is not crashed or something, and you know that you are having a progress. So you also have to include try catch. So in the first user you include a try catch. If you look at the code, I included it there. So you include a try catch, and once it can fetch the user, it would log into that platform, whether um is a dating app. Oh, there was a time I worked on a dating app. Whether it's a dating app or a food delivery app or a trading app, whatever app that you're building. We learned how to fetch data from an API integration. So the end of this, so at the end of after everything I've said now, we have learned how to fetch data from an API in Flutter. We have implemented JSON sterilization and deserialization. We have handled loading state and error. We have discussed authentication using headers. So this is to this form the foundation of working with API in Flutter. From here, you can explore authentication code. I would love you to take out time to make research on code operations and also consuming reward API. You can actually even consume open source API, right? There are some companies that leaves their API to be open source so that people can actually use it to practice and also work on real world stuff, on real life stuff. Like I think I know a platform. If you know, I don't know if anybody here know one app. Their their kimi, their API is open source and you can actually use it to work on your platform. Though it's a payment platform. So if you are working on any payment application, you can use one app API. One app spelled like one as in one, not ONE. One, number one, then app. Yeah, so for further learning, right, you can learn on JSON sterilizability for automation, for automatic JSON conversion. Then you can also make research on the DIO package for advanced API calls. Then you can also secure storage for authentication tokens. So I believe we have come to the end of this. I'll take questions, right? And I believe this is where this is what to take um make us spend more time here, right? So I'll take questions. So there's one quote I took from when I started coding till now. Coding is simple but complicated. So now I think I'll open the floor for us to ask questions. If you have questions, you can just raise up your hand. So I would call upon you to speak. But let's not forget that we have an assignment, and the assignment is this. Assignment is this. Okay, build a Flutter app to fetch and display user. Basically, it doesn't have to be complicated, just a sign in and sign up key. So, does anybody have question? Or do we all understand? I ran through this stuff. Right coins. First time in history that
How
Oluwa
did
to
I
see
for
the
the first time?
artist. He said, Sister
Sorry,
Temitope,
did you call my name?
yes, this is the first time in the history of this class that you don't have a question. How is that so?
Like, sorry, my attention is actually very much divided now because I'm actually. That's why. So sorry.
Oh, is she around?
You mean the my helper?
No, your wife.
Oh, wife. That was sounds new to me. Wife. Um, wife. Now programming language.
Oh my God. Sister Temitope, you want to say something before Emmanuel speaks, please? Sister Temitope, are you with us? Okay, Sash, go ahead. So Emmanuel at this, Sonia, please, your hand is raised up. Please, can you speak?
Okay, so good evening. I don't actually have much to say. One just, it's not really a question. Not really a question. This stuff is quite packed. Like, quite a lot. I don't know.
So please, I
Like,
can't really hear you. Like I can hear you, but
can
it's like it's not really audible or something. I don't know.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I said this PDF is quite packed. That are we going to be able to will I say touch every aspect you've spoken about in the assignment we are going to do, or it's just a part of what you've spoken about of the in the assignment?
Okay, everything I spoke about, you'll be able to touch it in the assignment, right? But for further understanding, there are some key stuff I spoke about that you should take out time to. If you are not good with like reading a lot, like me now, if you give me a 20 or let's say 100-page book to read, trust me on this, I would rather go and look for a video that is talking about that book to read it, to watch the video than to read that stuff, right? If you are not good with reading those things, I spoke about I don't know how to pronounce that guy now. So I spoke about you making research on this guy. Well, I think I mentioned it here. HTTP, and also dual, and also make research better on JSON. So to further expand your knowledge on these things and also to get better understanding on it. So I said you should make research on it. So those are just the things that is outside the class that would take more of your time. But everything I spoke about in this class, you for in the task you touch it. Like when it comes to uh, um, implementing or fetching a user data in Flutter. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Please, is there another question? Mm. I saw someone that I did not see when I was joining. Sister Mary Precious. It's been a while.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. Did you understand the section?
Oh, I just came in now because of network.
Oh my God. Have you heard of API?
Yeah, I don't really know much about it, but I've heard of it.
Okay, what do you know about API?
Mm, it's more like collecting data from somewhere else to impute in your own stuff. I don't know if
Oh,
it's true.
yeah, you are right, basically. Basically, that is just the simple definition. Okay, so that is fine. You can just go through the video just so I don't go over what I said again. So you can just go
No,
through the video when it's
no,
posted on YouTube. And also you can I'll drop the documents is well detailed, right? You can also
okay,
read through the document to
thank
understand better on API and JSON. Okay, that is
you.
fine. Yeah. Uh, Mr. Peter, do you have any question? Mr. Peter Ipola,
That does not have questions, I'm sure.
and when can we give up? You can see this man that is shouting on developer that developer is not building his app in 2 hours. He wants to give up. You never, you will do it. Oh, even though anybody wants to give up, you. Oh God, I remember. I can go to the YouTube video and cut out that part that you left ranting on developers. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you said something about your Apple account. Let me go back to that. Okay, I'm experiencing issue with creating a new Apple account. Error message one error message once I put a phone number for the verification code to be sent. So please can you unmute and explain? I really don't understand.
Okay. All right. So here is the issue. I actually had an account before.
Okay.
It was blocked, and I was denied access to that account. Trying to open another new account, like trying to open new email, phone number, it has kept showing me, also it keeps showing me error in, like, they can't proceed with opening the account. Once I impute, there is this part that you have to impute a phone number for a verification code to be sent before your account can now finally be opened. So once I get to that stage and I impute the number, it gives a message that my cannot be created at this time. I've
Sorry,
been
please,
experiencing.
do you mean for your system itself?
Both for my system, for my phone, my tab, the same issue.
Oh, yes, yes. What
I was
can we do
thinking
about this?
maybe, because my MacBook, maybe because I set the location to Afghanistan or something. Maybe that was why. But my tab is not set to Afghanistan, and my phone. So I don't know what could be causing it for it to be saying account cannot be created at this time.
Are you all these products are Apple products, right?
Not the tab and the phone and Apple products.
So what are you trying to create on these things? Is it that you're trying to create an Apple account? What do you want to use the Apple account for? On you
That
since you said it's
and
an
my Apple account is for me to be able to download Xcode, use one, and then that's for my MacBook. Then the second one is the Firebase, my Firebase account. Like when I create a new project, and I want to download the file, the one for both the Google, if I'm creating cross-platform app, like I have to download a separate file for Google apps, and then another separate one for Apple, which requires an Apple account signing before I can be able to do that. You understand?
yeah, okay. You know what? You know what will happen? Tomorrow at exactly 3 p.m. Can you like text me on Slack? I would get on a call with you and I'll add someone to the call that'll be able to help you. Is that fine?
Yes, it's fine. All right then, 3 o'clock then.
Yeah. Okay. At exactly 2 p.m. 3 p.m.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Please, any question in line with our tutorial today? API, JSON, Flutter, server, what is backend? We all know what backend is. That means we have gone for. That is nice. Any question? Any question? Any question?
When can we give up?
Someone wanted to say something, please. I don't get that.
When should we give up, or when are we expected to give up? Like, give up.
Mm. Please, does someone have an answer to that? I hope it's not for Mr. Titilayo. Abi Titilola.
Wait, sorry. Did you just say give up? like give up on developing your apps or give up on the entire task as a whole, or what?
My dear brother, as
Or
in
give
give
up
up,
on
like
that. Give up on that girl.
like give up. Say, I know they do like Flutter, like I'm done, like I'm done, like it's over,
Uh,
like for real, like I'm done.
okay.
Like when can we give?
Let me, okay. Can I ask a question?
Please
Like,
ask me.
first question is, why did you get into mobile app development?
Money, money,
Good they motivate
money,
them.
money.
Oh
Like
God.
I mean, Sapa and I, we had a very long discussion. He was like, guy, only if you, I mean, upskill and all of that. So that's why I'm doing this Flutter. Money. Next question, please. Thank you.
Okay, is that
Yeah.
a very good motivation for you to keep pressing and to go through?
Let's see. This motivation self. Let's see. I know they do again. I know they do. I was.
Okay, because I remember somebody asking this particular question, and it was when I was finding it a bit difficult to comprehend many times in mobile app development. Yeah, so I had to ask myself that same question, and I found that it's not just money. So um, money is a good enough motivation, but the freedom that comes with the money, imagine when you're making like up to like $80,000 in a month or something from maybe one app that you developed. That can be a very good enough motivation. I'm just saying. Yeah. So I guess maybe you might need to just ask yourself very well and go through and think about it very
Yeah,
well.
thank you.
But I don't think there's any point in time where
Thank
you
you.
have to give up.
Thank you very much. Well, my question: when can we give up? Like when I talk, when I say, I say when, like when, like how, like when, Mr. David.
I told you people not to motivate him. You will do it. It's a do or die affair for you. You said it to my face in the first class that developers are whining you. Sister, tell me talk about yes, please help me bring Ken when you're coming.
Hi Tosin. You can give up. No motivator here for you. You can give up.
This is
The
what I
rest
want
of
to
us that
hear.
want to continue. Let's continue. So I have
This is what I want to hear.
okay. I have something to say, like a question to
Um,
ask the class after this is done. So please ask your questions, and
okay.
I'll need everybody's hands on deck, like just to answer what I'll be asking. Mr. Peter, please go ahead.
Please don't give up. We want to finish this book camp first. Thank you.
Mr. Peter that slide me. Wait, who just spoke? Is it Mr. Peter? Mr. Peter will slide me. I don't want to hear his voice again in this life. I don't
Please,
want to hear
nobody
Mr. Peter's
should
voice.
mind
Let's start you
Tosin.
now.
He's joking, please. He's
Hello.
just joking. He's not about to give up. He's just looking for something to say.
You
They say,
didn't
well,
Um,
reply my last message now, did you?
Yes, I did. I did. Check your DM on Slack. Thank you.
by the way, Eric, thank you for motivating Tosin. That was a good one. Uh,
Yeah.
probably you should leave Flutter and go into motivational speaking.
Flutter can give me good money, right?
Motivational speakers make a lot of money, right? And they motivate people.
Yeah.
That word now that you told, he should have paid you for it.
Yeah. I understand that.
It's fine, Sha. So please, any question before we create a day, before I need to like do a lot of stuff this night. No sleep for the weekend. So if you want to give up, better give up now. Yeah. No question. Okay, let me ask somebody a question then before I leave. Who can I ask a question? Can I? Yes, Abraham. I've not heard your voice. Please, can you say something?
Good evening, sir. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Do you have a question?
No, I don't. I don't. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what is the full meaning of API?
Are you asking everybody, sir?
I'm asking you.
Okay, it means an application programming interface.
You took out time to ask me that question so you can Google it.
No, I didn't Google.
Eh,
I didn't Google it. It's a popular, if you're in the tech world, or even if you're a new person, at least API is one of the things you have to encounter eventually.
Well, someone went to pitch his product so that they'll give him certain amount of money for a part of his company, and they asked him what is API, and he forgot. So just me, you can forget
Yeah,
application program this anytime. Anyways,
yeah.
that's uh yeah. I just wanted to hear you speak, and I like that you're
Thank
following.
you, very
Okay, Mustafa.
Thank you.
Mustafa. Do I know Mustafa? Anima Shao Mustafa. Anima Shao Mustafa. Do I know this person? Please? Anima Shao Mustafa. Please, can you unmute? Okay, is that Chemitokwe?
Okay, hi everybody. Please just drop an emoji if you can hear me. I want to confirm those that okay, thank you very much. So I thank you, Tosin. So I have like two questions to ask. First question would be do we have any issues with the assignments, the assignment 3 and the assignment 4 that we currently have to work on? Anybody? Or the question, okay, let me ask this question. Have you gone through the instructions for the assignment? Have you opened the Figma file or anything like that? Okay. All right. So I'm guessing nobody has any questions, nobody's struggling with the assignment. That makes sense. Since you are all brilliant students. So please don't forget to submit before the deadline. Next question would be next question would be so our next instructor for Wednesday class is not going to be available at the moment. Ramadan Karim told me who's in the house. So I have a suggestion and I want to hear everybody our opinions. So he will be available 4:30 to let me just confirm that. It will be available 4:30 to 6 p.m. And for those of us that can join the call, what I'm suggesting is we have a call during that period, and the call is recorded. He just teached, and we can always go back to watch the recordings. I don't know if that would work for us. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, any other person?
For Wednesday class, right?
Yes.